The U.S. China trade war just escalated. What happens next? The U.S. China trade war has taken another dramatic turn. With tariffs skyrocketing and supply chains unraveling, the global economy is at a crossroads. Will America emerge stronger, or is financial chaos inevitable? Stick with us as we break down the fallout and what it means for your wallet, your job, and the future of economic power. Welcome to Econ Atlas, your go-to source for breaking down the biggest economic shifts shaping our world. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and stay ahead of the financial storm. Now let's dive in. How did we get here? Over the past decade, tensions between the U.S. and China have intensified. But recent events, they've taken things to a whole new level. With China slapping a staggering 75% tariff on U.S. goods and Washington firing back with aggressive measures of its own, both economies are feeling the heat. This isn't just a trade dispute, it's an all-out economic battle with massive implications. The auto industry, a crisis in the making. One of the hardest hit sectors? The auto industry. The U.S. tariffs on Canadian and Mexican imports have disrupted North America's tightly woven supply chain. Vehicle components often cross borders multiple times before final assembly. Now, with new tariffs in place, manufacturing costs are skyrocketing. The result? Higher car prices, declining sales pressure on automakers like GM and Ford, and for consumers. That dream car just got a whole lot more expensive. China's rare earth metal monopoly, a hidden threat. Meanwhile, China is flexing its dominance over the rare earth metals market. These materials power everything, from smartphones to fighter jets. Now China is restricting exports, and that's a serious problem for American manufacturers. Finding alternatives? Not easy. Mining and refining rare earth metals is expensive, complex, and takes years to scale. The immediate impact? Higher production costs, slowdowns in EV and tech manufacturing, long-term risks to national security. And speaking of technology, the semiconductor industry is already feeling the heat. Semiconductors, the battle for tech dominance. Semiconductors are the backbone of modern technology. From smartphones to AI systems, cars, and industrial machinery, they power everything. The U.S. has imposed heavy tariffs on Chinese-made chips, aiming to boost domestic production. But China, they're hitting back, restricting key materials essential for chip manufacturing. The result? Disrupted supply chains, production slowdowns. Delays in innovation. American tech companies are scrambling to secure alternative suppliers. But building up domestic capacity, that takes time. And the stakes couldn't be higher. If the U.S. falls behind in semiconductor innovation, it risks losing its economic and technological edge on the global stage. Energy markets in turmoil. Who wins? Beyond manufacturing, the energy sector is also feeling the pressure. China, once a major buyer of American oil, is now slashing imports and shifting toward Russia and the Middle East. This sudden shift is creating volatility in global markets, driving down U.S. oil prices and shaking up America's energy dominance. Could this realignment leave the U.S. vulnerable, or will it spark a push for greater energy independence? A healthcare supply chain nightmare. Even the healthcare sector isn't safe. With a 50% tariff on Chinese medical supplies, hospitals across the U.S. are feeling the pressure. PPE, syringes, critical equipment, all more expensive. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the dangers of relying too heavily on foreign medical supplies. Now the question is, will this trade war finally push America to build a more resilient domestic supply chain? A global shift, the end of globalization? This isn't just a U.S.-China problem. Around the world, countries are reassessing their trade strategies. The European Union is imposing its own tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles. Japan and Taiwan are strengthening domestic industries to reduce dependence on China. Are we witnessing the end of globalization as we know it? If so, what comes next? The big question, what's next? So where does this all lead? Will America weather the storm and come out stronger? Or are we headed for long-term economic instability? One thing's for sure, the trade war is reshaping the global economy in ways we've never seen before. The only certainty, more uncertainty. What's your take? Will these tariffs lead to economic independence? or are they a recipe for disaster? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Econ Atlas. Stay tuned for more deep dives into trade wars, policy shifts, and global power struggles. Thanks for watching. See you next time.